Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. When we last left off, I had gone through an alternative route between Montezuma and El Cajon Boulevard, and when I got to the top of 54th there, I decided I was going to take Monroe, which frankly is a horrible decision. I can't stand this road, and every time I take it, I remind myself that I can't stand taking this road. Now we're going to head west, but I used to ride on Monroe quite a bit going east through Talmadge, and what just got to me, in my head I was like, this is a nice residential road, but the problem is that a lot of drivers use it as an alternative to El Cajon Boulevard. It doesn't have the traffic lights, so they think that it's faster and they cut through, and I don't like it. To the city's credit, they did put this little bit of bike lane here in the door zone. You can see the other side of the street doesn't have it. They get a Sharo. It's a little bit of paint. I guess it's okay, especially right here where people might come up Collwood and then hang the right and want to kind of gun it a little bit up a hill. That's why I'm going a little slow here. It is an uphill right there, but it mellows out, it flattens out, and as you can see, the separated or the separate bike lane, it's not separated by anything at all, it goes away, and now we're in a class 4 bike lane, Sharos in both directions. And it is fairly new paint, it's also new pavement, I'll give them that, and you can search on this channel and find all kinds of stuff. If you look up Monroe in Talmadge, you'll see all kinds of videos going through here, and it's a mess. I stopped taking this route because drivers were just so aggressive through here, and I would rather take the climb on Montezuma going in than this. Frankly, the climb up Collwood is garbage, and I don't recommend it. It's no fun at all, so I was never really a big fan of doing that anyway. Even on an e-bike, I'm not into it, because when you get up the hill, all your choices are either here on Monroe or El Cajon Boulevard that doesn't have any infrastructure at all. So I drove on this a few weeks ago, as it happens, and I did notice the new paint, so I wanted to show it to you. I wanted to ride it also and see if the new paint and the noticeable Sharos changed anything on my experience. And back there it was okay, but as you can see, all that new paint is gone now. So we're back in the same faded nonsense that we had before, and that driver went ahead of me. There's a pickup truck driver behind me, and I just want you to keep an eye on them for a second. I feel like I'm going a pretty decent speed here. I'm definitely not like going as fast as the driver of the car in front of me, and the pickup truck behind me is getting a little frustrated by that. As you can see, we get to the stop sign at the same time, so they look like they were going to pass, and but I feel them kind of breathing down my neck. I'm trying to create some distance here, and even though there's a painted double yellow line when this last driver goes, this person's going to drive into oncoming traffic and cut over just before that other driver, and oh look, we get to the stop sign at exactly the same time, and we both go. Neither of us stopped, and I'm not going to sit there and wait because they're going, so that feels safer. I gave a little wave. They gave me a little flip off in the rearview mirror. Big whoop. We're going the same speed until they get to this downhill on Aldine, and I'm going to hang out in this little buffer right here for a second, and I'm going to wait my turn to hang a left and stay on Monroe. That's the other thing about this. This is designed specifically to stop drivers from going this way, but for somebody on a bike, our only option if you're on Monroe is to either brave this and go the wrong way up this one way for half a block, and as you can see, there is a driver coming down here, so we're being careful, hugging the side, or go to El Cajon Boulevard that has no infrastructure. So I don't know, if we take nothing else away from this video, let's talk about that little spot at Aldine, which it's an interruption in the bike network, to say the least. So the Talmadge and City Heights areas are pretty difficult to get through, and I think that's generous. By the time we get on this side of Aldine, things mellow out quite a bit. Drivers are on here way less frequently. I think that this is less of a viable alternative to El Cajon Boulevard over here. I don't know. Even when I ride on El Cajon Boulevard, maybe I'll do that again soon. Even when I ride on El Cajon Boulevard, it's not that heavily trafficked. So I don't know why the need for the alternative is really there that much, but this is what we got. And for some reason, the west side of Aldine on Monroe here in Talmadge is always way calmer. Maybe it's because the high school's here. We got a Hoover High hanging out to the left, and a little incline here, so I'm moving a little slower for sure. But we're just going to keep this going for another minute or so because I want to show you where we end up. Typically on our ride, this whole route that I'm doing here, we could have gone down Collwood, and that would have brought us to Montezuma, and then we could have taken the familiar turn onto Fairmount and taken Fairmount up to Meade, and this is the alternative to that for those who don't know, I guess. We get to the end here, take this little bend around, and I mean, Talmadge is actually it's a nice enough area. I just wish that it were easier to get through it. I wish it wasn't so car-centric, and I wish that it was a little kinder, and that there was just more room for bicycles. I'm not saying get rid of parking to do it. I'm just saying that I'd like a plan, something a little bit different. Monroe is north of Meade once you go a little further west, and that's why we are bending south right now, which will take us to this other bend that points us back west, and this is where we hit Fairmount. This is typically where we take a turn in the morning and bomb down this hill just to the right, and this next traffic light up here is where we typically pop up when we take Fairmount back to Meade. From here, I am going to stay on Meade, drive less, and ride a bike. Thanks for coming along.